Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Wanderers Football Park for round 22 action of the NPL Women's New South Wales competition. The Western Sydney Wanderers are at home to Sydney University in a very wet afternoon here at Wanderers Football Park. Haven't been ideal conditions, but I'll tell you what, this grass pitch has most definitely held out. And if there's one field that I've seen with one of the most phenomenal drainages, it's absolutely this one. Not a puddle in sight. And some good football on the way, no doubt. We'll go straight to the team lineups for the Western Sydney Wanderers. In goals, number 1, Amy Hall. Number 2, Lauren Nada. Number 5, Chelsea Barton. Number 11, Miriam Zumaya. Number 12, Frida Karaberis. Number 13, Charlotte Bradshaw. Number 14, Alvina Koshaba. Number 16, Annika Stajcic. Number 21, Olivia Vanderlaan. Number 33, Amy Barker. And number 34, Talia Voskanian. For the visiting Sydney University, in goals, number 21, Hannah Callahan. Number 2, Charlotte Owen. Number 4, Amelia Feeney. Number 5, Amelia Kirby. Number 6, Charlotte Hogan. Number 7, Talia Capitanellis. Number 13, Megan Simpson. Number 19, Poppy Tay. Number 20, Jenny Hill. Number 22, Chiara Bonora. And number 26, Jennifer Kokoris. Western Sydney kick things off and in possession. Different face on the bench this weekend. A-League's coach Jeff Abrahams on the bench for the academy side today, with Jamie Dibb away on futsal ruse duty. Waiting to see how this battle unfolds. Both these teams won't be playing finals football this year, but Sydney University have had some second half of the season. They've been absolutely fantastic. The Wanderers really have struggled to get themselves going so far in the second half of the season. In particular, once they lost a number of their A-League stars, things haven't quite gone to plan for Jamie Dibb's team. Australia. So these teams just clicked at the right time, and unfortunately a little too late to make a finals push. The Wanderers early on the attack. Uni come away with the ball. And the conditions have been very, very difficult here all day, from winds to sunshine to rain, and making it very difficult for players to adjust. The field most definitely didn't require the old sprinklers being turned on pre-game. This round of games kicked off yesterday afternoon. Apia Leichhardt continued their fantastic form. They defeated the Northwest Sydney Spirit 3-0 at Christie Park. A phenomenal win for Brad Attard's side, which leaves them at least overnight on equal points and a share of top spot with Bulls FC Academy, who are in action this afternoon against Manly United at Coroma Park in the match of the round. It'll be a testing game, that one, for the Bulls. The other game yesterday evening saw UNSW defeat the Gladesville Ravens by 3-1 and continue their chase of the top 4 overnight, sitting 1 point outside of finals football. And with the season reaching crunch time, UNSW has found form at the right time as well. Got a catch-up game. Well, not really a catch-up, but they've got to finish their game off against the Mount Druitt Town Rangers at the end of this month. That one was 1-1 at the time of the stoppage due to lightning. A tussle over there on the far side results in a free kick for Sydney University. And the other game, the third match that was supposed to be played yesterday between the Northern Tigers and Mount Druitt Town Rangers, was washed out, and Mount Druitt can't really catch a break in terms of their fixture list. It's just an added game now a long drive to North Turramurra on a weekday will by no means make that an easy trip for them. In a congested end of season. First, here's a chance for the visitors, and that was oh so close to Sydney University going in front. Talia Capitanellis against her former employers, almost finding the back of the net there. Amy Hall at full stretch, and I'm not sure she would have got there had that one been on target. Warning sign as well for the Wanderers. Here's Feeney losing out. Van der Laan now turning and facing forward, but the pass to Staytrich was made behind her. And that'll be a throw to the Wanderers. Also in wide for Kashaba, unable to keep it in. And the Wanderers have been on a barren run of results. Their last win coming on the 1st of June against the Newcastle Jets, 5-0 here. That was followed with a draw against Manly, defeats. Then to Sydney Olympic, another draw with the Stingrays, but a whole run of defeats after that. The Ravens, Apia, UNSW, MacArthur in that crazy game where they lost 5-4 after leading 4-2. And last week putting up a real good battle against the Bulls FC Academy, but going down 1-0. And Capitanellis delivering that one into the area. Good ball to the far post, but a little bit too much on that for Poporis. Goal kick for Western Sydney. Other games on today, already mentioned Manly and Bulls. Sydney Olympic travel north to take on the Newcastle Jets. MacArthur at home to the Illawarra Stingrays. Stingrays will be expecting to pick up 3 points and continue their finals push. All eyes will be on the match of the round, though, as a difficult ball to control there. Comes back out to Capitanellis, but cleared out now. Here's Barker, wide for Van der Laan. Owen trying to force her back and succeeds in that. Oscanian, great ball. Excellent ball, in fact, for Zumaya, who's in the area now. And Mimi Zumaya loves one-on-ones. Pushed herself into a bit of a problem there. Took too long to square up her defender. In the end, her cross blocked out for a corner kick. First corner of the evening goes the way of the home team. First comes in toward Van der Laan. Falls now for Kashaba. That's a go on the right foot and skidded just in front of the keeper, but goes wide of the target, and that's the Wanderers' first attempt at goal. Koshaba. Sophia Fante for Uni has been one of the best keepers in the competition this year. Put on some fantastic performances away on international duty. Unavailable for selection for Australia's side. There's Capitanellis, another one of the standouts spent some time on this pitch in the opening half of the season before making the move to Sydney University. I'm sure we'll be hoping to get an A-League contract. Cleared forward by Feeney. Too much on that pass, and Nada will let it roll out for a throw. Zumaya made the move to the Western Sydney Wanderers from SD Raiders. And he's found her feet quite quickly in the top tier. One that no doubt will be in and around that A-League women's squad this season. Product of local club Fairfield Bulls, if I'm not mistaken. Here's Statrich now, able to hold the ball up. Too much there from Feeney, and now Uni can go the other way through Kokoris, whose first touch is perfect, but well defended by Nada. That'll be a goal kick. Five straight losses for the Wanderers as Vanderlaan slips over. Maybe looking to bring that run to an end as soon as possible. Vanderlaan goes down again. I think it's the coloured boots that are causing the problems on this pitch. I still argue that they are the same pair, but I've been told they definitely aren't the same pair of boots, and they're two different boots, but not working a trick at the moment. Vanderlaan might have to reassess her options. Into the area. Oh, Poppy Tay. Another that's created a few headlines and people asking questions. Uni currently in 10th place on the ladder. Wanderers a couple spots back. Good call there from the referee. There's no foul there. Here's Statrich. Better there, but still couldn't find the pass there to Voskanian, and both attacking players here for the Wanderers at the moment, unable to find their feet, Statrich and Vanderlaan. Now they're able to hold up the ball and allow their midfielders to join the attack, offer more bodies in the front third. Six points the difference between these two on the competition ladder at the moment. Uni have really made some noise, making some massive wins along the way. They beat the Bulls, who are top of the table. Only lost the Bulls, who suffered in 3 months of football. They then beat the Northern Tigers and more or less really hurt their finals hopes. They went down to Apia 4-3. A very tight clash, that one, before defeating another team that's been in the top 2 or 3 positions all season and for much of the campaign occupied first spot. The Mount Druitt Town Rangers, before lastly going down to UNSW by 2-1, but this lady has made an immense difference. And speaking to Rowley pre-game, it's not just her quality, but just the confidence she brought into the squad. She was the difference in terms of the team getting confidence in front of goal. And you can tell with the amount of goals they've scored in the second half of the season, and they're doing it all as well without Jamie Beaufils, who they've been without for at least a month and a half now. The last game Jamie Beaufils played was against Spirit, where she copped a head knock and has not recovered since then. Major loss for Oz Rowley's team, but still they've managed to continue plugging away without her. And posting some very, very good results at that. And Bradshaw plays it wide for Nada. Last touch off the Wanderers right back. Currently in the match of the round between Manly and Bulls, it's 0-0. Bulls wearing their change strips of red and white. Got me by surprise somewhat. There's Amy Hall now, looking to get some action for the Wanderers. Van der Laan picks up the loose ball. Statrich now. Did well to keep the ball in the end. But that's a restart all the way back with their central defenders. Here's Barton. Koshaba making a forward run. And Barton's ball almost beating the last defender there in Amelia Kirby. Almost perfectly weighted pass. Here's Statrich again. And Feeney's done a pretty solid job on her for the first 15 minutes of this one. Hasn't really allowed her to take control of the ball. Last time I watched Sydney University live, Kirby did the same to Sky Halmerick. Physical central defender. Make sure she's in the face of the opponent. We're due for a bit of rain. We haven't had rain in about 20 minutes, so it's the longest today that the weather hasn't dramatically changed in a short space of time. I feel like everyone's just crying out for spring to hurry up and come around the corner. Nicely from Barton. Doesn't find the striker. Barton again. Nara back for Bradshaw. Not a lot of movement in the front third for the Wanderers. That's why this ball keeps moving across the back line now. Nada making a forward run, but the pass doesn't quite get to her. And a straight touch there leads to a throw-in for the home team. Barton with a bit of space, and you feel as though that's what Barton needs to do. Sydney Uni in attack and midfield are standing quite the way off her, and with the space in front of her, she just needs to square up and attack the space in front. Force someone from the Union midfield to come out and commit. Hill unable to control that. Nice pass forward for Zumaya. Neat turn as well. Big feet to get beyond Kirby. Crosses into the box. Vanderlaan leaves it for Stajcic, who has a go, but never curling enough toward goal. That's better from the Wanderers, a little bit quicker. Ball movement was great. Vanderlaan did a great job of laying the ball off to Stajcic. In the end, the striker shot always pulling wide. Callahan sends it long, yet to be tested. This might be the opportunity now as Barker tries to get the ball first. Great challenge from Owen. And again, lots of space given to Barton and started moving forward there, but chose against it in the end, and ball. Pass was blocked off. A bit surprised by the area that both Bradshaw and Barton are given to attack into. Very disciplined defending from Sydney Uni. It's resulted in a lot of this from the Western Sydney Wanderers. Sitting deeper. Inviting the pressure. It's a good press there from the Wanderers as well to force the error from Uni. Here's Barker. Scarnian. Last touch I think came off Chiara Bonora. And again, the space there for Barton to attack into, and she does this time. Takes it forward. Still no one pressing forward, and in that situation, just has to keep going. Has to find the confidence to go there. There's Barton. Now Bradshaw as well in the same situation. Light press really, only coming from Poppy Tay. Bradshaw. All the way back to Amy Hall. Halfway through the first 45 minutes. Yet to see a goal, yet to see a proper chance from either team. Offside flag raised as well, this time on the far side. Just feels as though a little bit of intensity is missing from this game. Both teams in comfortable positions. Not in danger of relegation. Won't be playing finals football either though. Bonora spreads the ball wide for Kokoris. Closed down well there by Nada. Looking for Vanderlaan. Pass just behind Olivia Vanderlaan, whose long legs almost create problems there for the Uni defence. Feeney sends it forward, searching for Capitanellis, who's also gone a little quiet in the last 10 minutes or so. She's the outlet for Sydney Uni. They need to get her more involved. It's better from Stajcic, but touch let her down. And she's again, that's a better first touch from Annika Stajcic. Giveaway play there by Voskanian, but Chelsea Barton comes across and mixes up the error. Really for the Wanderers to play the ball straight out. Too many mistakes from both teams in this first half so far. As Capitanellis and Kokoris change sides. Rowley trying to inject something. Capitanellis battling away. Nada coming away with the ball and finding Vanderlaan, but the ball had already gone out of play. Says the assistant referee on the far side. Cross comes into the box. Barton gets ahead to it. Falls for Kokoris, but cleared away. Jets and Sydney Olympic currently at 0-0. Stingrays already up 2-0 against the MacArthur Rams. Not even at the half-hour mark yet there. Cross comes in. Towards Tay, flicked on, and Amy Hall comes out and collects that one. There from the Wanderers. Uni's got a throw now. Here's Kirby. Forced back to Feeney. Switches play. Hogan under pressure from Stajcic, just to get the ball out. Finley plays it forward, but can't find a teammate. It'll be a goal kick to the Wanderers. This is somewhat a 6-pointer for the Wanderers. If they can win here, they'll cut the gap to just 3 points with Sydney Uni and continue their chase of them. Try and finish as high as they can on the ladder. Vanderlaan does well there. Holds the ball up and gets away from a couple. Keeps possession for the home team. It's Barton. Barker, back for Barton. Koshaba looking to press forward. Good ball that time from Barton. Good touch from Koshaba. And Kokoris back defending. Corner kick. Second one now of the evening for the home team. Frida Karabetis will deliver into the box. Keeping 3 players up near halfway. Cross comes in, flicked on by Stajcic at the near post. I thought the last touch came off a Uni player. Referee who had a better view than us though. Thought otherwise. Goal kick for the visitors. Barton all the way back to Hall. So no goals at Wanderers Football Park. As we approach the half-hour mark, no goals between Newcastle Jets and Sydney Olympic. Same situation at Cromer Park. Only place to see some goals so far this evening. Linwood Park and Illawarra Stingrays 2 goals to the good after 30 minutes of football. massive for the Stingrays in their pursuit of finals football. It's a poor pass from Barton there. Straight out over the sideline into the Sydney Uni bench. Confusion there between the Wanderers defenders, and Kokoris went down. I tell you what, Bradshaw made a proper error there, and they'll be very upset here, Uni, if they're punished by the Wanderers. A good ball across, well, not really too close to the keeper, but it was a good idea from Zulmaya. Bradshaw, very, very lucky there. Confusion between her and Koshaba. Neither going for the ball. Kokoris saw that there was an opportunity to sneak in, did so, and I felt she was fouled by Bradshaw, but the referee disagreed. And the other thing is, had the referee given the free kick the way of Sydney Uni, I think Bradshaw could have been on her way for an early shower. Questionable moment there in the game. Haven't been too many so far. Here's a chance. Look at the space for Vanderlaan, and Zulmaya plays the ball the wrong way. And interestingly, she was looking right at Vanderlaan, and you can't really miss her with those boots, but Mimi Zulmaya on that occasion playing the wrong ball. Here's Barker. Scanian for Nara. It's better from the Wanderers. Good ball in, and almost sneaking in at the far post, hitting the top netting. That's two occasions now the Wanderers have actually moved the ball a little quicker, pulled Uni out of position, and created some sort of at least a half chance. As Kokoris and Capitanellis change positions again. Poppy Tay going out to the left now, and Kokoris coming in centrally. Barton. Not a good touch from her. Into the throw. There's a chance now for the Wanderers. Stajcic wants it played back, goes for goal off the bar. Comes back to Zulmaya, who miskicked the ball, but Stajcic, I think, should have scored from that position. It was an ideal area for her to be inside, and I think Callahan got a touch to that effort as well. That pushed it onto the bar. Best chance of the game, haven't been many. That was a golden opportunity for the home team. They get another one now. Koshaba strikes it. Didn't come off the keeper, the shot, but straight off the underside of the bar, and unlucky for Annika Stajcic. I think it was Amy Barker who made the run. A phenomenal run to get to the byline and cut the ball back. Stingrays now 3 to the good against the Rams. 10 minutes to go before half time there. As I said, all the games in this round being played bar one. I can tell you one person that would be so happy that yesterday's game was not on. Lena Karmas absolutely can do with the rest, the veteran. I think as soon as she got the text message or the dribble notification that the game's been washed out, she would have been absolutely over the moon. I can only imagine the celebrations in the household. Gives the old body a couple extra days to rest. Some end to the season that the Mount Druitt Town Rangers are going to have. Lots of squad management as well for Goff as the Wanderers played a lovely move here. Flag was raised, but it was much better, nicer, smoother from the Wanderers. And again, it's the ball movement. Once it's a bit more intense, the pace is raised, they are looking a lot better. Problem is, though, the game is just a little too slow at the moment for them, and it's strange that it is because the field is a little wet at the moment. We would have expected the ball to be buzzing about a bit quicker. Bulls FC Academy have taken the lead now against Manly. 1-0 will be a massive hit for Manly's finals hopes and a major push forward toward the premiership for the Bulls. I think it's Coco DiCipio that scored for the Bulls. Great work there from Bradshaw, but almost runs into trouble. Cortis was ready to pounce on the error there, but it's open space here for Nada. Meanwhile, in back play, Bradshaw still down. Barker should have had the hit there. Look for the ball, finds Van der Laan, and can't find the pass either. Bradshaw's still down. And if I'm Uni, I'm not kicking the ball out here. There's no way. And Hill couldn't get the ball there. Bradshaw's back down again. The challenge from Kokoris did come in late. Amy Hall, typical goalkeeper, the loudest there to complain to the referee. I'm not seeing that Bradshaw was down. And Amy Hall going to have another chat now, I think. Definitely not happy. Maybe she's apologising. I doubt it. Keepers don't usually apologise. Lucky Trinity Allen's not in the box here. Goalkeepers Union President always criticises me when I criticise goalkeepers. Bradshaw is hobbling off. I'm not sure if she'll be able to continue. Looks as though she will. Nobody's been called yet to the bench. Thrown out for Uni. Here's Capitanellis. Forced back by former teammate Zumaya. And Zumaya reads that pass. Stajcic wants to play forward. Good ball from Zumaya. Van der Laan in space. Played just a little behind her there. Needed to find that space in behind the defender. I know it's much easier said than done. As Capitanellis searching for the pass for Kokoris and unable to keep it in. Goal kick. Actually thought that came off the back of someone. Not sure which player though. I'm sure Bradshaw would love to have the ball at her feet now after just coming back off after a little niggly injury. Get back into action. Sydney trying to box in the Wanderers, but Van der Laan as well, and Zumaya. Oh, the pass was on there for Mimi Zumaya. A switch ball, but Van der Laan went short to Stajcic instead. Here's Barton. All the way back to Hall. Jen Corcoris just leaving a body in there on a couple challenges. Van der Laan, first touch, lets her down. Feeney leads it out to Kirby. Again intercepted by Zumaya. Capitanelis has 3 red and black jerseys around her, but Uni keep the ball. Here's Kokoris, good feet. Out to Capitanelis. That's her head up and allowed to go. She can hit it from here. Capitanelis can absolutely strike him from distance and shows why she's so potent from that range. Left foot there on show for all to see. Talia Capitanelis with Sydney Uni's first shot at goal in this first half. Opens the scoring 5 minutes from the break. Was afforded too much space there. The Uni number 7 got her head up and saw Amy Hall just a little off of the line and had a go. And the curling effort got the better of Hall, who perhaps could have done a little better as well. Still, there was no pressure on someone that has the quality that Talia Capitanelis has. And I mean, they played with her. They know how dangerous that left foot is, and they gave Capitanelis all the space in the world to have a strike at goal there. It'll be disappointing to concede like that for the Wanderers, but Osrally will not care, nor will Talia Capitanelis. And they want more here, Uni. Capitanelis again. Blocked off there. It'll be a corner. The first of the evening for the visitors. They haven't had much in this first half, Sydney Uni, but definitely finishing the half the stronger in front as well. Corner comes in, good ball, and there was a free header there as well. Headed over the bar. I think it was Kirby that rose highest. Barton, square for Bradshaw. Hall goes long. Falls to the feet of Nada. Now Kokoris. Again out to Capitanelis. Nice pass forward for Kirby. The run came in. Good challenge from Zumaya. Stajcic. Leaves it for Koshaba. Good ball forward for Zumaya, but read the danger there. Megan Simpson came across and picked the loose ball up. Barker for Koshaba. Now stepping a little higher now, Sydney Uni. They're sitting a lot deeper in the first 30 minutes. Goals giving them a little bit of confidence. Capitanelis has space in front. Cuts in. Beats both Zumaya and Stajcic. Barker comes across, not getting past her. Now Van der Laan. Great work from Van der Laan, and can't not laugh there. Van der Laan not happy. Charlotte Owen had 3 or 4 handfuls of her jersey there. Van der Laan just pushing her away in anger. Clip forward from Bradshaw for Van der Laan, flicked on. Stajcic is offside. Wasn't a bad strike. Wouldn't have counted though if it hit the back of the net. Assistant referee on the far side raised the flag. Less than 90 seconds remain in this first half. May have a minute or two of additional time added by the referee. But a very tame first 45 minutes. The best chance of the game coming the way of Anika Stajcic at the crossbar. There wasn't really much it until Talia Kapatanelis scored from some way out. Free kick goes the way of Uni. Taken short, he's Feeney. Looking for the Uni number 7. Slightly overhit. Bradshaw plays it forward, a good ball to find the feet of Barker. And Zulmaya wants it played in the space, almost perfectly played by Amy Barker. Good defending though from Amelia Kirby. Meanwhile, it's half time at Cromer Park. 1-0 for the Bulls. And Zulmaya wins a late corner for the Wanderers. Maybe a chance to go into the break level if they can find a goal here now. Change Jeff Abraham's team talk, no doubt. This comes in toward Barton and she was pushed in the back there. Barton. Koshaba on the loose ball. Great ball in. Dropped back down by Barker and cleared away, but there was a definite bump there on Chelsea Barton. Was it enough for a penalty? I'm unsure, but definite contact. The referee didn't even budge. Not interested at all. Really see it on the live stream. Just had a look at the replay, but here at the stadium definitely looked like there was a bit of contact. Uni escape. Half time at Linwood as well, 3-0 to the Stingrays. Half time here now at Wanderers Football Park, and it's the home team that trail Sydney University, lead the Western Sydney Wanderers by 1-0. Talia Kapatanelis against her former team with a fantastic strike from about 25 metres out. Given Osrali's team the lead. We'll be back in 15 minutes for the second half, but at half time, it's the Western Sydney Wanderers 0, Sydney Uni 1. back out for the second half here at Wanderers Football Park. It's the visitors that lead by 1-0. Talia Capitanellis coming back to haunt her former club with a spectacular goal from distance. And a game with chances that were few and far between. Stageridge hitting the crossbar for the Wanderers, but that was about all we saw in the first 45 aside from the goal. And the Wanderers on the attack immediately through Zumaya. Crosses in toward Van der Laan, who has a go, may have taken a deflection. That's what Van der Laan's claiming, but goal kick is the call. And a couple games in round 22 yesterday. RPL Leichhardt continued their excellent form, a 3-0 win over Northwest Sydney Spirit at Christie Park, really damaging Spirit's hopes of finals football. In fairness, just about eliminating him really. Spirit will be 6 points outside of the top 4 after this round is done and dusted as Kokoris drives forward. Well defended. Now Van der Laan tried to turn away from Simpson, but well defended from Simpson. There's been a change at the break. Nikita Fazzari has come on. Looks as though Amy Barker has been replaced. So Fazzari on for Barker. In yesterday's other game, NSW beat the Ravens 3-1. And Tigers and Mount Druitt were washed out. Bulls Academy lead against Manly 1-0 in the match of the round. Jets and Olympic 0-0 at half time. Stingrays were up 3-0 at the break as another go from distance by the visiting team. Sullivan's effort sailing over the bar. Betty's with a poor touch, but a bit lucky there. Bradshaw, no pass now, cut out. Tay, good challenge from Nada. Nice touch coming off Tay. Goal kick for the Wanderers. Struggling to get out of their half here for a moment. They may do so now through Stajic. Combining with Fazzari and Stajic playing the ball into the space. If Zumaya can keep it in, but she can't. Too much on that one from the Wanderers captain. Zumaya. Ascanian. Space there opened up for the shot for Karabetis, but decided to pass instead. Now Nada cuts it back and couldn't find a teammate. And now Uni will look to break the other way through Hill. Out to Kokoris. Back to Hill again. Back defending was Vaskanian. It'll be a corner for Sydney Uni. First corner of the second half goes the way of the visitors. And they create some issues for Amy Hall. Good ball in, good header as well. It was Feeney. Just couldn't direct it goalwards. Hall may have been in trouble had that been bound for the target. Stojic looking to create some space for herself. Good touch there from Karabetis, and just the wrong pass though, and the Wanderers have done that on a number of occasions. Had the opportunity to pick the right pass more often than not, have gone with the wrong decision so far. They were the better team in the first half, the home team, but it was Uni that took their chance. I'm saying that the Wanderers were better. The team set the world on fire. Wanderers perhaps had more of the possession and a few more attempts at goal than their opponent. As Nada drives forward. Now Fazzari. Great feet from Fazzari. Continues her run forward and will get the free kick. And I wouldn't be surprised if a yellow card comes out. And it does, the first of the match to Megan Simpson. Great feet from the substitute. Nikita Fazzari. No chance for Kashaba to find a teammate in the box and find an equaliser for the Wanderers. Goes direct there, and Hannah Callahan was worried for a moment. I think prepared for the cross was Callahan, and in the end, Kashaba's effort turned out to be directly on target. Strong challenge there in the middle of the park. And the ball ends up at the feet of Sydney Uni. Good throw taken. Bradshaw back to Hall. Owen, good first touch from Tay to get away from Nada. Nada working hard to get back. Tay. Chance is there, saved by Hall and tapped home by Talia Capitanellis. But how about that run from Poppy Tay down the left, out-muscled Nada, got into the box, squared it up, and Amy Hall made a fantastic first save. Couldn't do anything about the rebound. The Wanderers failing to clear their lines. Sydney Uni capitalising and doubling their lead. They now lead by 2-0, and Talia Capitanellis has a brace against her former club. Australia's team are in dreamland at the moment. Wanderers have it all to do now. Mountain to climb, really. Need to get a goal soon. The flag's being raised on the near side, but they need to get the goal soon, otherwise this one will continue to slip away. Forward pass from Capitanellis. Uni looking for more. Cross comes in. Too much behind that one. Bradshaw square for Barton. Stojcic lifts it over the top for Vanderlaan, but the flag raised again, and consecutive offsides now, consecutive attacks for the home team. Free kick for the Wanderers. Nice ball out wide for Nada, who couldn't beat Owen. Here's Hill. And confusion again between the Wanderers players. This time Wascanian's pass for Karabetis. Wasn't red. Hall plays it forward. So testing one now for Uni as Vanderlaan runs onto the end of this. Just outside the area. Now Fazzari. Pass given away again by the home team as Tay also coughs up possession. Paul looks for Zumaya. Been a quiet game for Miriam Zumaya. Couple changes, both teams. Poppy Tay coming off for Uni. I think it was Charlotte Hogan also off for Uni. Madison Van Dyke comes on. And I think it's Tiana Petkowski. Sydney Uni's numbers for years now have been so difficult to see. Anyway, no one thinks of the commentators. Sienna Arate's come on. Haven't seen her for a very long time. Good to see her back on the park. Mary Dalbroy, the other to come on. Can the substitutes inject a bit of life into this Wanderers team? Good tackle there. Here's Owen, or centrally. Comes back out to Kokoris, who'll keep it in. 30 minutes remain here at Wanderers Football Park, and it's the visitors that are in control at the moment, leading 2-0. Manly United are ahead. Trail the Bulls FC Academy by 1-0. Newcastle Jets, well, this could change things in the relegation battle. If they lead against Sydney Olympic by 1-0. Massive there. Nobody gave the Jets a chance, but they're in front. This could make for a very interesting final few weeks of the season. The Rams have pulled a goal back as well against the Stingrays. It's now 3-1. Stingrays still well in control, and you have to do a Wanderers style choke to lose that sort of a lead now. Or you could say it could be a MacArthur Rams comeback. Right, because the Rams were the ones that came from 2 goals down. Very late on to steal the spoils against the Wanderers here. Comeback queens potentially, the Rams, if they're able to score a couple more. Produced the body by Viscanian. Back to Hall. Wide now to Barton. Hill. Kokoris. And Dyke making the supporting run, but Jen Kokoris uses her now. Van Dyke turns onto the left, plays it back to Hill. It's a head up. A shot there just wide of the far post. Took a deflection as well on its way through. Inches away from going 3 to the good. Amelia Kirby with the effort this time. Right back, stepping forward. Spraying her shot just wide, but Uni's been much better in the second half. The Wanderers were the better team in the first, but went into the break a goal down. This half has been pretty much all Sydney Uni, and almost another chance there to add a goal. No one arriving at the far post. Clearance is poor. Possession given straight back to the visitors. This time cleared away by Viscanian. Good challenge from Barton. Arate saw the run of Nada, but blocked by Kokoris, who was back this time to do some defensive work. Wanderers have to defend. Good ball in the area. Nada's header straight into the middle of the box. The Wanderers look at 6s and 7s at the moment. Really struggling to get a hold of the ball. It's been the story of the second half, I should say. The tempo of the opening few minutes has continued. Barton now forced all the way back with that pass. And only option is to clear it away and clear it straight to a yellow and blue jersey. Gives Uni the chance to come forward again. It's just constant attack after attack at the moment. Cross into the area, Nada heads away. Falls here to Kokoris. Forced back to Owen. Simpson. Feeney. Confident take from Feeney, but touch let her down in the end still. Uni. Keep a hold of the ball. Nice back heel there. Capetanellis. Van Dijk. Sprays it wide for Kokoris. Back to the substitute. Starts again and keeping the ball well. Uni, they're in charge. They're leading by 2 goals. They don't need to rush it at the moment. Here's Owen. Back for Simpson. And now Zumaya. Thought about the pass in his space for Stajcic. It comes now. Flag stays down. Stajcic's first time across the box and too close to Callahan. Van Dijk. Kokoris has an option, but chooses to play the ball back instead. Feeney searching ball only, finds Koshaba. Will be a change for the Wanderers. It's Frida Karabetis that's come off. Replaced by Alara Tulkan. And Sydney's made a change as well. Nathan Simpson, who's on a yellow card, has been replaced. It's Sarah Farrow that's come on. It's a poor pass given away, but again the Wanderers doesn't look like they can capitalise on those errors. And Kokoris gets there ahead of Nada, but well defended. Zumaya wants to play forward. Touch too many there perhaps. And things aren't really just flowing for the Wanderers at the moment. Too many little errors that causing big problems. Here's Arate. I'm not sure what that was from Arate. If it was an attempt at goal or a ball forward for Stajcic. Nevertheless, it's a goal kick for the visitors. Jets still lead against Sydney Olympic by 1-0. Same as at Linwood Park. No change to that last score update. 3-1 for the Stingrays. And how about that for a switch ball for Kokoris by Capitanellis. Perfect ball. And Kokoris there just getting the ball caught under her feet. Managed to recover and keep possession. They'll get a throw now, Uni. Kokoris wins the corner now. Corner comes in, good ball toward the near post, headed away. It was Statrix they got there. Might drop here for Capitanellis, on the wrong foot though. Needs to get it on that trusty left. Finds Feeney, who's been phenomenal this evening. Has a go, Feeney, and it looked a lot better when it left the boot. In the end, comfortable for Hall. Feeney's performance deserves a goal. Central defender, but worked hard enough to deserve some accolades as well. Really made it difficult for those attacking players of the Wanderers to create anything. Just a one real chance for Western Sydney in this game. And again, has to be said, the visitors haven't had too much either. But they've taken their opportunities and they lead by 2-0. Arate looking to switch the play, but ball goes the way of Uni. Free kick for the visitors. Iskanian making the foul. Offside flag raised on the far side. Hall sends it long. Falls. Well, Turkan has a go from distance as well, and Callahan was worried there for a moment. Good start for the substitute there. Getting on the ball immediately. Not afraid to have a go from distance. Ball clears away. Manly United have a penalty at Cromer Park to level things up against the Bulls. Apia Leichhardt will be watching keenly what happens there, as will the Rangers, also still hoping to secure the premiership. Kokoris chips it forward. Ball clears away. Get it on. Here's Stajcic. Now use of the hand there from Annika Stajcic. Taught by her father, no doubt, how to back the old shoulder out. Manly have equalised from the spots. Keeper almost saved the penalty, to be fair. Got a good hand to it, but not enough. And needs a Zorden, the scorer. Cancelling out that first half goal from Coco Discipio. Callahan sends it forward. Barton got a touch, didn't know much about it. Dalbroy. Oh, that's a heavy first touch, and referee has to play on. Can't bring the play back for that, and Stajcic almost, why didn't she let that go out for a corner there? And the Wanderers don't need to kick this out, nor does the ref need to stop the play. I know Uni's bench was livid about that, and Jeff Abrahams, I can tell you now, is unhappy himself that play's getting stopped and brought back. And wanted the advantage to be played. Talia Voskanian saying the same, and Amy Hall out of her goal to say the same. I've got to say I agree with both Abrahams and the Wanderers players. There was no head collision there, no danger to either player. Play should not be stopped in that situation. Well, Voskanian's complaints were a little too much. Gets herself into the referee's notebook. Absolutely bucketing down at Linwood. Bucketing down at Lake Macquarie. No rain at Wanderers Football Park. But I bet you, once this game finishes and we start walking to the car, it would absolutely be bucketing at Wanderers Football Park as well. Drop ball. Nada crosses in. It's a missed clearance to the back post, and Zumaya just on her heels there for a little bit. Free kick goes the way of the Wanderers. Arate earning the free kick. In fact, it wasn't Zumaya at the far post, it was Turkan. Zumaya's been substituted. I know she's there. Voskanian's coming off, having just received the yellow card. Arden Surgeon comes on, and if I'm not mistaken, has a very, very talented brother as well. I could be wrong though. So name definitely rings a bell. Fitzardi now pretty on the left. Referee said it's a Wanderers throw. AR said it's a Uni throw, and all Uni was complaining. The Wanderers have taken the quick throw. Stajcic can't get a hold of the ball. Here's Capitan Ellis. Uni on the attack again. Kokoris for Van Dijk. Tried to squeeze the pass through, but had it blocked. Owen now. Ball makes its way out to Kokoris. Farrow finds Hill. Now Feeney. Wide. Still in possession are the yellow and blue, and this lofting ball dealt with by Barton. Surgeon with her first touch. Good challenge there. Coming across was Farrow. Looks as though Uni have weathered the storm. There was a bit of pressure coming from the home team, but they've dealt with it well. Now they're back on the attack again. You sort of want Manly at Cramer Park to pinch something from the Bulls to make sure that the premiership goes down to the wire, to the final round. Apia host Bulls FC Academy in the final round of the season, and what a fitting end to this fantastic campaign we've had. If that game is one that will name the premier for 2025, but also at the same time, Mount Druitt will be hoping they can keep their name in the race as well. And Zumaya somehow got a shot off there. Did very, very well to get anything on that. Tired legs now, it seems, from Sydney Uni. There may not be enough time for the Wanderers to get themselves back into this game. Kiara Bonora is coming off for Sydney Uni. Bonora, who started the season with Gladesville Ravens. Come off now. It's a double change actually. Jen Kokoris also coming off. Juliana Nicholas and Alice Thompson come on. Surgeon's touch takes her out over the sideline. Charlotte Owen sucking in the big ones. They've worked very, very hard, this back four of Sydney Uni. Disciplined performance so far. Here's Nicholas. Good challenge from Barton. Arate. Nada back for Amy Hall. Arate's pass just a little too far for Zumaya. Surgeon under pressure, goes all the way back to Hall. Hall, tough pass for Darboy, who deals with that well. Surgeon, heavy touch. Nada. Playing themselves into a bit of trouble here, the Wanderers, if they don't be careful. And they've given it away. Nicholas. Nada comes across, wins the ball. Into the box. Great ball in, and Capitan Ellis looking for a hat-trick, arrived at the far post. Would have been some way to round off A perfect performance from her. And we have just under 5 minutes remaining here. It looks as though the students will be on their way home with all 3 points. The whistle's gone. And Manly just had a golden chance to score and take the lead. Sienna Dale, of all people, rushed the effort. Uni breaking the other way now. Capitan Ellis straight into the hands of Hall. Nada wants to go back again. Hall sends it forward. Owen wanted a foul, doesn't get it. Farrow goes back to Callahan. Once more, Uni come away with possession. Chip ball forward toward Nicholas. Nada saw it all the way. Free kick goes the way of the Wanderers. Dalboy's pass is blocked. Uni really stepping up high now, putting the pressure on. There's Barton. Arate. Can the Wanderers make for a very nervy last few minutes of this one? They need a score here now, though. That one cleared away again by Feeney. Being phenomenal out there this evening. Hasn't given the Wanderers attackers a sniff. Now, Uni can break here. Chance is on, 3-on-3 at the back, but well defended by the home team. Looks like a proper opportunity presenting itself. Sydney Uni. Cleared away by Arate. Feeney back for Farrow, who gives possession away. Now Turkan has one to chase. Look at Zumaya trying to get forward in support, but a good recovery challenge after the error from Sarah Farrow. Wanderers have a corner as we approach additional time now. And they really, really need to score now if they're to make anything of this one. Ball comes in, it's a good delivery again. Header from Farrow off the bar and out. That'll be another corner. Pressure remains on the visitors. Cross is good again. One to deal with for Callahan. Trying to punch away. Zumaya was there. Still not cleared by Uni. It'll be another corner for Shaba. Quickly over to take the set piece. Full time at Cromer Park. Spoil shared 1-1. It's the result that the chasing pack wanted. Kushaba delivers toward the far post. Callahan missed it. The Uni survive. Olympics still trail 1-0. Stingrays finished 4-1 victors at Linwood Park. It looks as though Sydney Uni will be victors here at Wanderers Football Park. High foot called. Free kick. To Sydney Uni. Nice clearance there by Kushaba, but recovers. Clears the ball forward. I thought it was a good challenge, but the referee says no. Free kick for Uni, and probably be one of the final opportunities in this match. Sarah Farrow goes forward to try and get her head on the end of this cross. Capitanellis delivers, and Amy Hall comes out and claims. Is it forward early? Here's Nicholas. Can the students add a third? Here's Hill. Cross comes in low into the box. Clearance wasn't the best. Van Dyke has a go from distance, and Paul claims. Those ones not as easy as they seem. They drop quite quickly. And if it would have skidded off the surface, it would have made it even tougher for the keeper. Amy Hall, though, not there just before he hit the ground, though. Referee has a look at the watch, and she indicated a minute to go. Shaba. Surgeon robbed of possession. Cross comes Barton, makes the challenge. Good tackle. Gets the ball back. They've given it away. Too many errors in the Wanderers game this evening. Uni have taken their chances, and deservedly will walk away with all 3 points from Wanderers Football Park this evening. Ball clears away. Again, though, the visitors come back, and that's a disappointing effort. Stajcic tried to flick it on for Zumaya, but couldn't find her. That pass goes out over the sideline. There'll be too much more time remaining now. Zumaya for Arate, the pass is off. And that will be that. The full-time whistle goes here at Wanderers Football Park. Talia Capitanellis with a brace. A goal in either half to secure a 2-0 victory for Sydney University over the Western Sydney Wanderers. The first goal of the evening was a special strike from Capitanellis from some 25 metres out. The second, heading to the first to the ball after a good save from Amy Hall. But a deserved win for Oz Rowley and Sydney University. They take all 3 points home from Wanderers Football Park. Full time, Western Sydney Wanderers 0, Sydney Uni 2.